All right, so episode 5 is going to be covering just kind of what information that you can gain out of the calculator, kind of going into how everything works and the ratio analysis and all that stuff. So we're just going to be using the CRM that we've made in episode 4 from the energy audit. We're just going to go ahead and hop onto calculator over here. So pretty much here you can kind of see this is pretty much the same thing that you will see in the energy audit. And if there is something wrong in here, that would just either be because the price of energy isn't the same as the price of energy used in the energy audit or other variables like that. However, this is pretty much so where you actually start to see new information that you wouldn't have seen in the energy audit or anything like that starts to be over here. So this is pretty much giving you not only each ratio, how it's broken down and giving you like how much you're investing, all that type of stuff, but it's actually giving you the range. So it's performing a sensitivity analysis on each ratio using the CRM selected in here. So essentially this entire calculator, and I just want to preface this before we go any further, works all by being able to select over here. So right now, because of the fact that in assumptions and settings tab, we only have this current CRM, this is pretty much the only thing that we can select. However, if there was more, you would be able to drop down, and essentially as soon as you did that, all these data, all the variables and stuff would change to reflect that CRM essentially. So if we head over here, this is kind of giving you a year by year breakdown of all the cash flows, the expected costs, the expected decrease or increase to natural gas prices, and or sorry, not natural, the price that you would pay for natural gas and electricity and that type of stuff. And then it's conducting it's getting the present value of those cash flows, and then it's subtracting the residual value of the capital assets. And essentially, in doing so, that gives us a life cycle value. And so essentially what we can do is we can go over here, and this is actually the graph. And so this graph right here kind of highlights what is the expected life cycle value throughout time. And essentially, as soon as it crosses over this threshold of 0, that means positive value. So essentially, in the year 2037, we're essentially assuming that it's going to become break even, and that this is going to have positive value. And not only that, this trajectory continues to go up. So if in the future, past this 20-year projection period, we're essentially assuming that this is still going to carry more value, given that the prior assumptions still hold weight. All right, and so. Yeah, and let me just select a different band of the statistical analysis to show you not only how everything works and how everything flows together, but so if I go upper to mid, right? So essentially everything's going to change, and this is going to be reflected. And if you go to lower to mid, it'll be a much worse projection, like it doesn't even break even at a certain point. And so that is one thing that you do have to watch is that the expected natural, like the range of gas prices that are going in the future aren't going to make something viable versus unviable, and kind of measuring that, so you're not putting too much risk on yourself. So yeah, let's go over here, lower to mid. As you can see, the life cycle value down here for the lower to mid is $428.39. And so I just wanted to show you kind of like where this is reflected and how you can see everything. So as you can see over here, 428.39, and you might be wondering, this is negative and that's positive. And my whole terminology is, I've never actually heard this being used in the field. However, this is kind of a term that is used in financial things as present value and present cost. And so I'm pretty much doing the same thing, as opposed to saying everything is a life cycle cost. This is a life cycle value. And the explicit reason I did that is because I wanted to kind of see break even of points go above 0 as below 0. Because if I had a graph that went down and that was showing a positive value, I don't think it would really communicate as clear of value as opposed to something where it would be inverse. However, this is kind of showing exactly what is expected in the field in a life cycle cost comparison, and it's essentially showing you that if so these are the expected ranges, and if we were to select expected in the top over there, it would be reflected in here. However, because we're analyzing the lower to mid range of inflation and natural gas prices, it's essentially saying that the life cycle cost may be up to $428. It could actually be as high as $3,500 or around there. So it's kind of giving you the range of life cycle cost analysis, net savings. And net savings, I just wanted to clarify, this is a non-discounted version, so it doesn't actually take into the account the present value of the present value and the discount rate. And so you really need to be cautious about this one. However, it does represent a good monetary value from it. So in the long term, this is going to save you XYZ. However, you have to make sure that if you're going explicitly for net savings as opposed to life cycle cost, you may be underestimating the value in it just because you're not discounting those savings essentially. And this is definitely noticeable with the concrete CRM just because it has such a massive cash outlay at the initial year, and the cost savings are all discounted. So if you look at the net savings, it's massive. But then if you go and look at the life cycle cost, it's actually very small. And that is one distinguishment that you do need to make when you're analyzing these ratios. Operating cost breakdown, although it never asked for that in the actual project. This is just kind of giving you a breakdown of the operating costs as described in upper ratios and calculations. And then the savings to investment ratio is the last calculation over here besides this lifetime cost comparison. And this pretty much just does the same thing as up here. It's just kind of showing you these values. So it's doing a good job at kind of outlining throughout time and all the ranges and stuff what you're going to expect the value to be. So finally, I just wanted to quickly do a demo of using multiple CRMs, just to make sure that you do get a grasp of what is happening when you are changing this, which CRM would you like to view. So if we go into the assumptions and settings, just to let you know, in this demo, there are some hidden tabs. And so that is why when I go CRM A, CRM 1B, etc., etc., etc. This will work just because there are additional ones in here that aren't just for demonstration purposes. 8, 9A, 9B, CRM 10, CRM 11, and CRM 12. Okay, so essentially, if we go over here now, we'll see all the range of options now pop up. So if we click on CRM 3. What it's going to do is it's going to load the values of CRM3 into here, and then it's going to give us a new lifecycle cost analysis throughout time.